All right, guys, everybody, thanks for participating tonight. Kind of the whole process for inviting Wayne to speak with us tonight is to have a little positivity. It feels like we're always surrounded by negativity as officials. It doesn't matter what sport you're in. And I've always appreciated Wayne's thought process, his little anecdotes. And I thought he would be a great person to get us kicking off for the season since it's just right around the corner. This will be a participation and questions. You're certainly welcome to submit questions through the chat. I'll keep an eye on it. Otherwise, I'm going to turn this over to Wayne.
All right, Tracy, thank you so much for inviting me. Hey, thank you to the group for you guys for being here, because I know each and every one of you have your own lives to live, and you could be doing something else this evenings, and instead of spending time with us. I this call may last 10 minutes. I'm gonna do my best to try to keep it to 60. I'm gonna try my darndest to keep it to 60 minutes, but we'll see how it flows. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Wayne Traywicks, and I had officiated women's college basketball for 30 years. I retired a couple of seasons ago, stepped off the court, and I've been directing a training group, L3 officiating group, for about probably 12, 14 years now. But stepping away from the floor has allowed me to focus on that full time. And we have a great group of people who are themselves making a positive impact on the officiating community. And I'll be honest with you, it's not about me. I mean, we have a group of leaders, Nicole Brannon, Blanca Burns, TC Coleman, Brian McNutt, Derek Dunbar, that are helped to lead this group. And we also have a group of trainers who will actually step forward, and not only do they train, but they live their lives accordingly. They are walking examples of what we do and what we believe in. We have Mitchell Gomez, Tanner Gray, Wes Cyrus, Stephanie Warman with her. Stephanie might be on the call. She might be on her fourth kid by now, but she's still hanging with us. And so, yes, it's not me just sitting here right now. It's not just me sitting in front of you. It's a group of us sitting in front of you. They're sitting next to me. They're behind me. They're in front of me. I'm speaking for them also. And so I think this is a great opportunity. I think it's a great time in our preseason to to stop and take an assessment of where we are. And what does it mean to have a positive approach, a positive mindset, a positive attitude in what we do? And oh, by the way, just in case all of you didn't know, this is interactive. This is a discussion. I'm not sitting here talking to all of you. I'm not talking at you. We're gonna communicate with each other. So yes, let's share. Literally anything that crosses your mind, let's share it. I put my own personal information in the chat, put my email address and my cell number, so that if anybody has a question about anything we talk about tonight, if you have a question about officiating, if you have a question about life, hey, just reach out and I'll answer the question for you. And here's the thing, and if I don't know, I will say I don't know, and then we both can go ahead and do the research and find out for both of us. All right. So it's an open dialogue. And I have no secrets, by the way. I'm an open book. Since I stepped off the floor, I've had double knee replacement surgery. Yes, I had them both replaced, both of them. Not at the same time, but one at a time. And it was long overdue. I'm also a two-time cancer survivor. Come on now. That's enough to shout about right there. Two-time cancer survivor. So I have no secrets, and every day is a testimony. Every day. And I'm here to tell you. And so we're going to share today. And by the way, you guys are going to be my beta test group. Okay. Tracy, I'm going to try something I've never done before. Here's what I want everybody to do for me. I want everybody to turn your videos on. Everybody. I know you might be at home, you might be doing dishes, you might be watching the WNBA game, you might be driving, you might be at work. You might be in the middle of a conversation. Everybody, turn your videos on. Everybody. And the reason why is because I love to connect with individuals. I like to connect with who's in front of us. I like to connect with who we're communicating with. So start out by seeing each other, so that as we're talking to each other, we can see who we're talking to. And then we put faces with names. Because I know a lot of you, when you see that, when you get that assignment, that game assignment, it doesn't matter what level you're working. You get that game assignment and you have an official you're not familiar with, or maybe you've never worked with before. But it's nice to have already had that connection with someone that you've spoken to during preseason. You know who they are, you've seen them. So it gives you just a little bit of a comfort level stepping into that game versus stepping in cold. Okay. Now here's how we're going to start. I'm going to ask everybody, somebody give me your own personal definition of what positivity means. What does it mean to have a positive mindset or a positive approach to life? Anybody?
Yep, I'm free here. It's about being able to change yourself and create other change for others.
I love it. Change yourself, which allows you to create other changes for others. I love it. Who else?
I'm driving, but you're
Yeah,
going to be responsible if I run into somebody, Wayne.
Becky, I got you. Girl, I got you.
Positivity to me means waking up each morning that God blesses you with intentions on making it a great day for yourself and those who are around you.
Come on. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Peggy.
Okay.
Now get off the phone. All right, someone else, give me a quick definition. Someone else give me their own definition of what positivity means to them.
What? I'm going.
Hey, Nicole.
Sorry about that.
I know Nicole's at a football game and still tuning in. That's what's up. Come on, hey, one more definition, please.
I have a definition for you. This is Leilani Crumpton.
Hey, Leilani, hey, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing well, thank you. Positivity for me is a choice. No matter what's coming at you, no matter what's happening to you, you choose. You decide what you're going to do, how you're going to react. You decide if you're going to be positive or negative. So that's my definition.
Come on, Leilani, say that one more time. One more time. You do what?
You decide.
Come on. As a matter of fact, girl, I can hang up and you can take it from here.
Stop it.
It is a choice, people, every day. It's a choice that you make in everything that you do in your life, everything that you're faced with, everything that comes your way. You know, it's just about establishing that character. It's like having that, being positive is a tendency of having an optimistic attitude, you know, which allows you to accept the world as it is. That's the key. And each one of us, we have a choice every day in what faces us in our day-to-day life. We have a choice in officiating and how we're going to handle our business before the season starts, how we're going to communicate with our crews before the game begins, how we're going to get to it, how we're going to approach these coaches who are challenging when they are competing, when they're courtside. It's a choice that we make every day, and Leilani just nailed it. All right, now you know what? I said at the beginning that I have no secrets. Well, I'm gonna share one secret with you. One of the greatest tools that you can utilize within yourself, in your life, when you are striving to have a positive impact on the world, have a positive outlook on life, is self-talk. Now, we're all officials on this call, right? So how many of us utilize self-talk during our games? That was a question, folks.
I do.
Every game.
Come on.
Yeah. I do it throughout the game.
Thank you. Every game. Every game. We utilize self-talk with ourselves within our games. Why? Because it places us mentally and, more importantly, emotionally in the right place to handle whatever comes our way. So we're prepared for it as it's developing instead of just letting it happen and then we're reacting to it. You use the same thing in life when it comes to maintaining a positive approach to life. It is that self-talk. It goes right back to what Leilani said earlier. It goes right back to that choice that we make with the situations that approach us on a day-to-day basis. When something that may be unpleasant that may be in front of us, we have a choice on how we're going to respond to the unpleasantness. Does it really affect us? Does it have control over your life? If the answer is no, then we can choose to handle it the best way we can with a positive approach. We can choose to share grace with someone else who may be introducing some unpleasantness into our life. And what does it do? For us, it keeps us buoyed. It keeps us in position to receive our own grace, but it also can help someone else. And Will mentioned this earlier. It puts us in a position to help someone else who may be having a rough day, a tough day. They may be having their own struggles. But you'll be amazed at the power of just having a positive response. We were talking about this the other night, communication, right? Positive body language on how you carry yourself, how you're open when you're approaching someone that you're communicating with. You'll be amazed at the impact that having that positive response to an individual can have on their life with what they're dealing with. And now you're helping to equip them to deal with an unpleasantness in their life that unfortunately they may be sharing with you because it may be too much for them at the moment. When we finish, I'm going to pull all this together with an observation, okay? So it's really going to make sense. You know that research has shown that there are specific benefits to having positivity in your life for your mental and your emotional state. And why is being positive so powerful? Why is it powerful? You know, like I shared a few minutes ago, I am a 2-time cancer survivor. And I can tell you right now that it would not have been possible without the power of prayer and the positive approach to life. I know for a fact I'm here to give you my testimony. That's what pulled me through, and that's what allowed my body to compete and heal itself. It will raise you up. It will give you strength. It will give you courage. It will allow you to handle the things that come your way. And without that, without prayer, and without that support group that surrounded me consistently, and here's the key. We're all officials. What we do impacts our lives. But this officiating community, there are a lot of people that we've met that we would not have met, we've not had the privilege to know without officiating. And those same individuals that you step on the floor and you go put in work with are the same individuals that you get to know, they get to know you, and then they can have a positive impact on your life when you need it. And that's based on the community that we are a part of. All right, I need someone to give me, there are 5 attitudes that come with positiveness. I need somebody to give me some examples of some attributes that you demonstrate that you have when you are experiencing positiveness in your life.
Confidence.
Somebody give me one.
Confidence.
Confidence. Okay. I like that. Confidence. Someone give me another one.
Little things don't bother you.
Little things don't bother you. Boy, it goes back to having an understanding. Does what I'm facing, does it really affect me in my life? Or do I choose, come on, Leilani, I'm gonna use you all day. Do I choose to allow it to affect me? That's what it comes down to. Give me another one. I'm taking notes, by the way, while you guys are speaking.
Giving positive compliments to people.
Giving positive compliments to people. I like that. Sharing your own positiveness, giving them something to work with, help them receive something. All right.
I would just say happiness.
Ooh, happiness. What does that mean? How do you define your happiness? What makes you happy?
To me, I don't know. When you're speaking of positivity, I think of times that when I'm positive, the enjoyment that I get out of everything that's surrounding me right now in that scenario, right?
Yes.
And it just feels like emotionally that you're satisfied throughout that whole time.
Correct. Emotionally, you're satisfied. It allows you to be content with your situation that you're in, that you're feeling in. I love it. And and you tie this into the officiating world that we operate in. What we look at is what we define as success. When we're successful, it brings us happiness, correct? That brings us happiness. Now, here's the key. Success for each and every one of us could be different. Like for example, Sean, what would be in officiating? What would you consider to be success? Off the top of your head, don't think about it. Off the top of your head.
I mean, success, I think, would be going out there and knowing that that we were the best team out on the floor that night.
Nice. You working with your crew, working well with your crew every night, right? Night in, night out. Good. Someone else. Define success for you, for the group.
As in terms of basketball, I'd say meeting whatever goal that you set for yourself, whether it's to make the postseason tournament, whether it's to, I don't know, in your own opinion, not, let's say you don't want to have any calls back for the night, or whatever mini goals you might set for yourself.
For real. And when you set goals for yourself, you're establishing an aspiration, and then you set steps along the way to reach those goals, right? And so when you accomplish them, yes, you feel good about that accomplishment. It brings you joy, happiness. That's your definition of success. Someone give me one more.
Effective communication.
Say it again.
Effective communication.
Effective communication. How does that make you feel when you're experiencing effective communication?
Yeah, when coming off the court, when you had a good conversation with coaches, players, and your partners.
Yes. Yes. You're 100% correct.
I have one.
Oh,
I
come
have
on,
one,
Sarah,
Wayne.
Peggy.
I would say sharpening someone else.
Sharpening someone else.
That's being encouraging.
Encouraging. Yes. What did B say? When you're positive, allows you to have, I'm looking at the chat. B, when you're positive, it allows you to have courage in difficult situations. Come on, girl. Now you're preaching. Yes. It allows you the courage to go out and do what you do, to aspire to be the best at what you can do. And also, it gives you the courage to be wrong. And you're still okay with it. I'll give you an example for myself. I have many, but I'll just use one. Okay. Success to me as a basketball official is being in the right position at the right time to have the look at a play as it's at the point of attack. So I have the best look, see between the players. I know if the contact is incidental, it's illegal. And if I'm in that position, it allows me to make a decision that is going to be accurate. And how many of you guys have made that position adjustment on the floor? You make that adjustment, the play is developing, they're attacking the basket. You can see you got that perfect look between the defender, the offensive player, the scorer. I mean, the lights come on. You can hear harps in the background. Angels are singing, the whole nine. And it's just a great look. You make a decision, and you know that call is right. You know it 100%. That call is right. To me, as an official, that's my definition of success. And that brings me joy. It brings me happiness. And also, it elevates and supports my positiveness in what we do. Because if you can do that, then when you do have that challenge from the sideline, now we're more apt to listen to what that challenge is from the coach and try to understand the message instead of being in a funk and reacting to their antics. Because it's not about us. Being comfortable, not comparing. I love that, TC. Being comfortable, not comparing. That is wonderful. These are all elements that each and every one of us that we have within us that can support our own mental and emotional state when we're out here on a night in, night out basis, doing what we love to do. If you didn't love it, you wouldn't be on this call tonight. If you didn't love it, you would not be in your car driving for hours. They'll go run up and down the floor with these kids. And by the way, and I'll share this with you. As you get older, like myself, the players stay the same age. They don't get any older. They don't slow down. So when you're willing to make that drive from game to game, week to week, month to month, and go out there and get on the floor and do what we love to do, it's because you have a love for it. And that love springs from the joy that you have. And that can help buoy and that joy could be maintained by the positive that you establish for yourself, within yourself, both emotional and mentally. And that can sustain you from game to game. All right, I'm gonna give you guys 5 attributes of positiveness, okay? First of all, it's optimism. Optimism. We must have a positive outlook on what we just touched on, what we're doing and where we're going. Gratitude, which someone has already mentioned, all right? Practicing thankfulness for the aspects that we experience in life. Every single one of you have something every day that you're thankful for, or let me rephrase that. Every single one of you should have something in your life every day that you're thankful for. Dave, what are you thankful for, man, when you wake up in the morning?
I thank God I'm on this side of the grass.
Come on, man. Yes, sir. Because it very easily could be the opposite. That's my testimony. Hey, every day I wake up thanking God that I can see the sunrise. By the way, I love watching the sun. I get up 5 o'clock every morning. What else are we thankful for, people? Every day.
My health and my kiddo. I say my health and my kiddo.
Your health and your kiddo. Come on. Thank you. Every day. You get to wake up. First of all, you get to wake up and get out of bed. Then you get to get your kid out of bed. Oh, there he is. What's up? How you doing? I love it. What's your name, man?
Killian.
Say that again.
Killian.
Killian, I love it. Hey, by the way, you're talking to about 1,000 people right now, so they're all saying what's up to you. Hey, I love it. Hey, your health and your kiddo. I love it. Somebody give me one more thing they're thankful for.
Thankful for my parents. Both my parents are still living, and I talk to them almost every day, and I go hang out with them, and thankful for the way they raised me.
Come on, man. Yes, maintain that thankfulness, maintain that connection, enjoy them while they are here. Listen to them while they are here. They have lived a life and they're willing to share with you, my brother. Coming from my perspective, who no longer has his parents here, who wishes that he could talk to his parents to this very day, who wishes that he could talk to his mom every day. Enjoy your parents while they're here. And I know some of us get tired of listening to our parents say the same thing to us all the time, right? We get, they're telling us the same thing all the time, but there's a reason they're sharing it with you, because they love you. So appreciate your parents, man. You know, another attribute of positiveness is resilience. And what we have just mentioned feeds into that resilience, which allows you to handle unpleasantness as it approaches you in your life, as it approaches you on the court when you're working your games. How many of us has made a decision on the floor and you know that coach doesn't agree with it? And as you go into the table to report, you can already see him standing up, him or her standing up. You can already see her taking her jacket off, right? So you know it's coming. And it can be perceived as unpleasantness, right? But if we're resilient, we can meet that with our own approach, with our own positive, with our own belief in what we know. And here's the key. What I said earlier, to have the confidence to be wrong. When you can have that conversation and you can listen to the concern and you can say, Coach, you know what? It's a good point. You know what? Coach, you might be right. And it doesn't affect your delivery. It doesn't affect your body language. It doesn't affect your tone. It doesn't affect how you deliver it. You still have that same positive approach and you're delivering something they may not want to hear, or if they're more apt to receive it if we maintain it as we go. Yeah, I love it. Oh, and you know what? Kindness. Kindness is another attribute of positivity in our life. You know, we have to, and we've already touched on this, have the ability to have compassion for others. Like we said, we meet that person who's bringing unpleasantness into our life. But we have to have the compassion to listen to them, have a discussion with them. We don't have to agree. We may even agree to disagree, but at least have the ability to allow them to unload, and just that in and of itself may help them in their life. That might be what they need in their moment. That might be the reason why you were placed in front of them at that moment in time in their life. So they can get that off their chest. You can feed something back to them, and it gives them something to work with. And here's the last thing, which could be the most important attribute of positivity, is maintaining a growth mindset. A growth mindset. All of us, no matter how long you live on this earth, we will still have the ability and the capacity to continue to learn as long as we're here. But the key is you have to be willing to learn. You have to make the decision to be open-minded. You have to make the decision to listen and be willing to grow. And that takes effort. It takes experience. But as officials, let me go back. I'm going to go back and mention something I said earlier. I refereed for 30 years. 30. Rubbing them down the floor. Watching the kids do what they do. Watch this game evolve. And on my last year, I was a better official than I was the year before, than I was 5 years before that, than I was 10 years before that. Why? Because I continue to learn. Tracy asked me a question before the call even started. Tracy asked me, hey, Wayne, have you seen the test? I'm retired 2 years. I can sit back in my rocking chair. I can chill. I can sit up sit up instead like I normally do, eat popcorn, watch you guys run up and down the floor. Or I can continue to learn what we do, what we love to do, our craft. I can continue to pay attention and stay abreast and up to date with the rule changes, with the philosophy changes. It's a choice. And by making that choice, it allows me to continue to grow when I'm not even on the floor. So can you imagine what each and every one of you can do because you're still on the floor, working, applying what you're learning? Appreciate the fact that you can still run up and down the floor, okay? Have that appreciation in your life, and it will feed into your positivity on a day-to-day basis. So those are the 5 attributes: optimism, gratitude, resilience, kindness, and a growth mindset. Can someone give me an attribute that I may have overlooked that may apply to their lives that we haven't discussed yet? Come on, I'm not that good. I know for a fact I didn't cover everything. Anyone?
I would think being respectful.
Being respectful. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Being respectful, because what happens when you're respectful to others?
They'll respect you as well.
They will respect you as well. So once again, when we're in the midst of doing what we do on a night-to-night basis, and we're having a conversation with their coach, and they totally disagree with the decision that either us or the crew has made on that court in that game, if we can communicate with them, communicate with them, pulling that back in a respectful manner, they may not agree with us, but they will give you the same amount of respect because they will appreciate that. If you respect them, they will respect you. And here's another little tidbit I'd like to share with you is that when it comes to what we do on the floor, a lot of times, sometimes we get caught up in wanting to please a certain coaching staff or make someone happy. that's not sustainable. But what Kevin just touched on, if they respect you and what you do, every time they see you, they will appreciate you. Build that respect with those that you work in front of, those that you work with, and those that you work for. And if you receive that same response back from them, that same level of respect back from them, what will that help you do? It will help sustain your what?
Credibility.
Credibility. Yes, your credibility. And what is it? It'll help sustain your, what is the topic for tonight?
Positivity.
Positivity. Come on, man. Come on. It will help elevate that because you're receiving what you have been sharing with others. So yes, it becomes easier and easier to maintain that. And guess what? It's there for you when you need it. When you're in that game, and I really hope this doesn't happen anyway this season, when it is straight chaos. Boy, just straight chaos. You need something that's going to sustain you, right? Something that you can step back and lean back on. Something that's going to prop you up while you're taking in all that information. You can sit there and look at it and say, you know what? I might not have the answer to everything that just happened in this game, but I'm positive that I can handle it. That we're, as a crew, we're going to take care of this. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Guess what? We're going to take care of it. We're going to take care of it together. We're going to use our combined knowledge and experience, and we're going to handle this situation to the best of our abilities. And we're going to handle it with that positive approach, which then makes it believable to all the stakeholders. And then that will help us get to the end of this game where we have a good feeling about what we've done. It's not about being 100% correct. We have a great feeling about the job that we just put in. And if you can take that away from the games that you work, you're already ahead of the game. So yes, having a positive approach can sustain you. It can elevate you. It can keep you grounded. It can help you with the challenges of life. And it will help you to be successful at whatever it is you aspire to be. You know, we had a friend of ours recently pass away. Misty Overstreet, all of us known her for years. You know, I knew her from before she started officiating. I knew her back when she was practicing, trying to go overseas to play pro basketball. She's a left-handed shooter. True story. She's a left-handed shooter. If she put her foot on the three-point line, she shot 80%. She took half a step behind the three-point line. All of a sudden, she couldn't find the basket. I'm like, girl, what's up with that? So I knew her from before she started officiating. I introduced her to officiating. I met her after her first game that she worked. She was ecstatic after the first basketball game she's ever worked. So we've all known her for years. We're all connected, but she's had a rough 2 years leading up to her passing away. And here's why all of this is important that we're talking about tonight, is that we have to remember that even that when it's basketball season or if it's off season, each and every one of us, we're still lifing. We're still living life. And each and every one of us are connected to someone who that in their time of need, they may need someone to talk to. They may need someone to help them with a situation. They may need to talk through a situation, help them get through it. Yourself, you may need someone to connect to when you're in a tough moment, a tough situation. That's why as a community, we have to stay connected to each other when we're lifing. And it's not just about basketball. The same elements that we're discussing tonight that will assist us with our basketball careers will assist us in our day-to-day life, in our interactions with each other. I shared earlier with you that with what I went through, it would not have been possible without the support group that was around me, would not have been possible. I'm telling you this, that's my testimony. but individuals that I've met, people who are dear to me, that I met through officiating, were there with their prayers, with their positive support, with the words of encouragement. I had two people drive down from Kansas City on a whim. They got up, they decided, hey, let's go see Wayne. They drove, hey, that's 5 hours, people. Off season, not getting paid. Got in the car and drove. Came down just to say, what's up? We're thinking about you. We love you. Wish the best for you. And then turned around, drove back home. Without officiating, I never would have met these two individuals who mean the world to me. Okay. There are others who have been there the whole time. So I implore each and every one of you to not allow someone that you're connected to go through life without having someone that they know they can turn to when they need you, someone that they can talk to. My goal tonight, which is why I asked everybody to turn this is the real reason why I asked everybody to turn the cameras on. My goal tonight is I'm hoping, I'm praying that somebody makes a new connection tonight or improves a connection they already have, so that we can be there for each other while we're all lifing every day. I'll put my information in the chat, my cell number, my email. I don't care. Use smoke signal, whatever it takes. If you have a question, if you need something, reach out. Reach out. If it's in my power, it's yours. Don't worry about it. If I can help you, I will, no matter what it is, whether it's officiating, whether it's life itself. If I can assist you in any way, I'm more than willing to do that, because I'm still here, people. And that's why each one of us are still here, so we can help and support each other. And if we have those type of connections in day-to-day life, when you step on the court to do what we love to do, that becomes easier. That's enjoyment, because we're out there with our people. We enjoy doing what we're doing. So yes, I implore all of you, stay connected. Hey, a lot of you I'm meeting for the first time tonight. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for patiently listening to me, because I know myself, I can ramble. I know that very well. I appreciate you guys being open and sharing and being willing to talk to each other now. And I implore each and every one of you, continue to reach out to each other, support each other, talk to each other. And if you feel anything, share it with someone, man. So you're not carrying that burden by yourself. Share it with someone so they can help you. They can help you carry it. So then when you need it, they'll do likewise. All right, do we have any questions about anything we talked about tonight? Anything?
Hey, Wayne.
Yes, sir.
You'd mentioned earlier you had some injuries to your knees, obviously beat cancer. You know, I think we all know positivity affects so many different aspects during the game, before game, personal life. Tell me kind of what you would think where you'd be if you didn't, number one, have that positivity, but second, how'd it feel the first time you walked back on the court when you didn't know if you'd be able to walk on the court again?
Whoa. Dave, brother, thank you for the question. Boy, where would I be without it? I truly, and I believe this to the bottom of my heart, and this is part of my testimony. I don't think I would be here, to be honest with you, because there are certain days that it gets rough. I mean, just take the knee surgeries, man. There's coming back from knee replacement, that's rough. When you're having to go through chemo, session after session after session, and it does some incredible things to your body that you aren't even aware of that's going to happen to you, and you have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and have those individuals around you who are lifting you up when you don't have the strength yourself. That's what, and it gives your body that energy to fight that otherwise you may not have. It gives you that ability to fight, to do what you need to do when otherwise you would not have, without having those people around you, supporting you, talking to you constantly. So yes, it is incredibly important. And I'm gonna share a story with you. My first game back after my first, the first time I beat cancer, first game, I love this question, Dave. I was at Northwestern Oklahoma State University. It was in January. I had just finished my last round of chemo, probably 2 weeks before that. I lost a lot of weight. Anyway, first game back, right? So we're, and I love Greg. I'm the crew chief. I'm like, I should be the crew chief tonight. No. And TC Coleman, bless her heart, she went with me. She went with, and talking about support, right? Here's a true friend. She had her bag, she drove, and she's ready to step on the floor if I needed it. So I'm working again first half. We had to play right before halftime. And I have a rebounding foul. And it's less than 3 seconds going in the second quarter. I have a rebounding foul on the visiting team, Henderson. Oh, by the way, the same team that Montreal went to go work the scrimmage for, and he knows how she can be. I had a rebounding foul on her team. And in the moment, you couldn't have told me anything different. I swear up, I'm 100% positive this was the right call, right? You couldn't tell me nothing. And I'm working with my crew. We go to halftime, we talk about it, we chop it up. Yep, work the game, we go home, right? This was my first game back. And thankfully, by the grace of God, I was able to get through it. Yes, I had to pace myself. It was the thing that has worked for me my entire career, that has been my strength outside of the ability to communicate, is the ability to focus. Every possession of every game, 100% focused every possession. And when that is hindered because of your ailment, it takes away from what you are accustomed to presenting, and you have to fight it. You have to fight that. I had to fight that the whole game. It was tough. It was really tough. So then I go home, look at the video. Not only did I put the foul on the wrong player, I put the foul on the wrong team. Exactly. Wrap your mind around that. I said, oh, okay. First of all, let me communicate with my crew. Hey, I looked at the game film. This is what happened. Then I contacted Greg to let him know. Hey, Greg, at the end of the first half, this is exactly what happened. Let him know. Because once again, there are no secrets in what we do. So that first game back was really hard. It was really rough. At the same time, I had a deep appreciation for having the opportunity to get back on the floor. I just loved it so much. It was just great to be out there with my crew, working in front of two coaches that I know very well, and just running up down the court and just doing what we love to do, right? That in itself was a blessing. But at the same time, it was a challenge in the same ways I just shared with you guys. So yes, it was a huge challenge, and it was tough. But my partners, they got me through it. TC Coleman got me through it. Hey, when I know that, oh yeah, if I can't finish it, she's right there. She's ready to go. She got me. Okay. So I just focus on what I need to do. Without the support, it would not have been possible, not have been as enjoyable. And without having the same approach, it'd have been harder to make that phone call about the decision that I made against a visiting team. They're already on the road and they're competing for standing, without having that innate ability to rely on who you are and already have that grace built in. It'd have been hard to make that a decision with my crew. Like, hey, folks, I was wrong on this decision. I was 100% incorrect. Not only was it the wrong player, it was the wrong team. Lord have mercy. And then be able to communicate with the coordinator in the same manner and check this out, Dave, check this out, without any fear of repercussion, any fear of what someone may think, any fear of what the coordinator may say or decision they may make. Because here's the thing, Greg Small would have been well within his rights to remove me or push back my next games. Say, hey, you need more time. Okay, and I've been perfectly fine with it. Perfectly fine with it. My crew, they could have felt a certain kind of way about it, but they didn't. They understood, and they were positive and supportive. So what did it do? It helped prepare me for the next game. So Dave, I hope I answered your question, man. Excellent. Excellent. All right. What else? Anyone else have a question? Follow-up question? Anyone need clarification? Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just heading back. I know Dave and I have talked quite a bit about his return from his ailment or injury. That, I haven't gone into detail, but I had that myself in 21. And I honestly walked off the floor at the end of that season and thought that I was never going to referee again. And so, I mean, that was a deep heart feeling that was it. And so when they say referee like it's your last game, because you never know when you're coming back or if you will.
Come on,
do
Tracy.
so. It doesn't matter the level. It doesn't matter the play. You should always give your 120% every game because that's what the kids are trying to do. But
Correct.
knowing that you walk off the floor, giving everything that you have that day, that's all you can do.
You are 100% correct. That's the one thing that has given me the solace and the comfort to step away from officiating and to step into a different role. Knowing that, just speaking for myself, every game I gave the kids, I gave the coaches, the administration, the institutions, I gave them everything I had every game. And this is my own personal approach. This is what I believe is necessary. Because I know that every game that I worked, no matter the level, I worked it the same way. And I don't care if it's AAU, I don't care if it's working my Division I game. Only have an A game. I don't have a B, C. No, they don't exist. I have one game, I have an A game. That's what I give you every game. So giving that to others allows me to step away with confidence and contentment, knowing that I gave everybody everything I have, didn't leave anything back. So Tracy, I agree with you 100%. Now, I want everybody to know I did my best to stay away from actually talking basketball tonight. That was hard. It was difficult, but I did my best.
Yeah, I mean, really, kind of like what we talked about. It's just we're always surrounded by negativity when we hit the floor. And it doesn't matter if we have the best game in the world. It's always somebody somewhere saying something.
Correct.
And
Uh-oh.
to take a little refresher and come back to, I mean, I don't know how everybody else feels, but ultimately where I am in my career now, I find going with my officiating friends to a basketball game is my favorite part.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's the drive. It's the conversations we have. It's what we share. It's what we talk about. We talk about our kids, we talk about our lives, our aspirations. We talk about the game, because we're all living it together. It's the ride with our friends that matters, man. That's what sustains us. I agree 100%. Well, if no one has any other questions, like I said, I put my information in the chat. Oh, Dave, brother, if you have any questions about anything, man, I just want to talk, just reach out. And whatever I have, I'll share with you. Okay. And Tracy, thank you once again. Hey, thank you for being there. I really appreciate you.
You bet.
And I love having the opportunity. Okay. And I want everyone to continue to work hard, to prepare, to study, to get on the court, to prepare for this coming season, and just be the best you can be. Just be you. That's all you can do. Be you. Okay. Any other questions? Hey, everybody, you're welcome. You're more than welcome. Okay.
Great job.
Thank you.